Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing another hotel I stayed at while vacationing in Bangkok called Hilton Garden Inn, Bangkok Riverside. Riverside basically means the hotel is located along the Chao Phraya River and it's conveniently close to Icon Siam, which is a huge plus if you like shopping and exploring the area. In this video, I will be going over what I like and what I dislike, and whether I think this hotel was worth the price I paid. So without further ado, let's get this video started. So to get to this hotel, you actually have a few different options, but this is the route I personally recommend. Take the scenic route from Sefan Taksin BTS station and walk over to Satorn Pier. From there, take the Satorn boat to the Icon Siam Pier. It's honestly one of the nicest ways to arrive, especially if it's your first time in Bangkok. Once you arrive at Icon Siam, head inside the mall and go up to the second floor. There are clear signs that will direct you out of Icon Siam and toward a connected mall called ICS. The Hilton Garden Inn is directly connected to ICS. Just follow the hotel signs inside the mall and they will lead you straight to the front desk for check-in. So overall, getting to this hotel is very convenient if you don't mind walking through the mall. And as a bonus, you get to avoid the Bangkok heat along the way. The first thing you'll notice when you walk into the lobby is how spacious and modern it feels. It's clean, bright, and pretty straightforward. Nothing too over the top. So instead of spending too much time here, let's head straight up and check out the room. Here is my review of room 2007. Okay, so as you walk into the room, you'll notice that it's quite small. On the right hand side is the toilet, the sink, and over on this side is a standing shower. There is a door that you can shut here, so you get a little bit of privacy there. Over on the left hand side is some cupboards, places where you can store your luggage. Here is also where you can get your ironer, iron board, and they do have a lock for you and then blow dryer. Okay, I believe on this side is the refrigerator. It's empty, I checked. And then when you open it up, complimentary coffee and tea. There's a big mirror over here, but basically it's a door to the washroom. You see, this is the door to the washroom. Okay, as you move forward over here, there's the king size bed. It's nice and sturdy, should be okay. Over on this side is where you can sit down. They got some lounge area. They also got a table with one chair and a TV over on this side. But what's interesting about this room is it actually has a window to Icon Siam, and I believe if you look further out, that's the Chao Phraya River. They call it the river view. I call it the Icon Siam view, because that's pretty much all you see. You do see some high rises on that side and the King of Thailand over there. Other than that, that's a quick review of this room. Let's check out the gym and pool and area where we'll be eating. I think you need a card. Yeah, you do need a card. Yeah. Okay, small pool. I think this side's the gym. You also need a card to enter. So here's the gym. It's also very basic. Nice view though. Basic gym equipment, that's okay, because we usually just mainly use the treadmill. Water dispensary, some towels. That's the gym for you, nothing out of the ordinary. One single bench, lots of mirror on this side. Check the view out more closely.
I think the ordinary people live here.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is the people from...
This is not a touristy area. Outside, obviously, the Icon Siam, right? Over here is the restaurant. Let's have a quick tour. They also have an upstairs too. Probably won't be able to have access to it. Check the view here quickly. Icon Siam is right over there. See the building. I can't go behind it, okay? So there's a sky train down there, but the Chao Phraya River is right over on this side. Breakfast at this hotel is located on the 9th floor. This spot is called Together and Co. There's quite decent amount of seating option. They do have a bar area. Let's quickly have a look at that before we head over to the breakfast side. Nice bar area. Some happy hour, buy one get one free from 5 to 8. Yes, they also have a cocktail buffet from 5 to 10. Yeah, here is their area if you're into drinking, but that's not what we're here for. So let's move forward. Lots of spot to sit on this side, but I'll show you quickly their breakfast spread. Here is their bakery section. Okay, so we got the red cherry Danish, we got the dried fruit butter cake, and chocolate muffin. Over here is their bread and baked goods. We got the butter croissant, we got the mini chocolate croissant, and pancake. Over in here is the drink area. You can get coffee, you get juice, some tea if you want. I forgot to show you that. Over here is their charcuterie, ham, bologna, cheese, and some fruit option right at the bottom. And right on top are some yogurt. So you got strawberry yogurt and we got plain yogurt. Over here is their fruit section. You get orange, apple, and logan. Some vegetable in the middle, some salad. I think over here is their full milk, low milk, soy milk. Cereal options over here. Some condiments for that. Some more bread, sourdough, soft roll. Okay, let's go over to their hot dishes. Over here is jasmine rice, we got curry pork, green curry pork, stir-fried chicken with celery. Here is their steamed black bean bun. They do have a bit of a la carte here. You can ask for scrambled egg, over and easy. And I think here is congee or some sort of soup option. Because I see that they have like some sort of noodle soup on the other side. Over here is their roasted sweet potato with herbs and spice, and grilled vegetables, some sauteed tomato wedge with balsamic glaze. Their Western breakfast, got chicken sausage and you got some bacon. These are pre-made omelet and fried egg. Over here is their hot soy milk and congee station. Congee's over here on this side, and here's the fixing for it. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up a raw review of the breakfast here at Hilton Garden Inn. Breakfast time. This is my first plate. I'll probably just eat like 1.5 plate. There's just so many food up there that there's no way I can eat it all in one day. I'll be here for a few days, so I'll try my best to review everything, but we'll see what happens. So starting off, I got some tofu. These are all dense food. It fills me up quickly. But the tofu, spicy on the outside, slightly bouncy texture, very mild season, but overall, it's good. I like it. If you're gonna be eating this, you're gonna have to eat it with some sort of other stuff like rice. Let's try it with rice. There we go. Much better. I also got green curry. Slightly spicy. And finally, egg is egg, nothing special. Always nice to have egg in the morning. But yeah, I'll probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, you can't expect much from hotel breakfast. They do everything average, but nothing above average. Except sometimes you have that killer dish that throws you off. Let's go ahead and try out the second dish here. Western breakfast, nothing special. But let's try out their omelet. I added a bit of ketchup. I like my egg with ketchup.
Sweet potato.
Very nice. The egg omelet is done right. Yeah. Here's the sweet potato. The thing is, I'm not a fan of sweet potato.
Why not?
I like my regular potato.
But that's the good part.
This is a heavy hitter here. You try to limit yourself. Bacon, okay? Overall breakfast experience here. This specific dish, I would give it 7 out of 10. And I honestly don't like sweet potato. You like it? I just don't like it. Here's my third dish, which is Thai soup. This one is with egg noodle. And the flavor is like wonton flavor, right? Chicken wonton flavor. But let's go ahead and try out their soup first. I would say that it is on the bland side, which is unfortunate. I'd like it to be more seasoned better. You get the flavor, but it's really light. Okay, now let's go ahead with the egg noodle. You can see that. The egg noodle is okay. And there's also a bit of vegetable as well. Other than that, gives us a 7 out of 10 as well. Cheers, guys. So the big question I asked at the beginning of this video was, is this hotel worth what we paid? We paid 168 Canadian dollar per night for 3 nights. And honestly, for what we got, we didn't feel like it was worth the price. The room was on the smaller side, the breakfast was just average, there wasn't really a proper lounging area, and the pool was quite small. For that price, we probably would have rather paid a bit more and stayed at the Hilton Millennium Bangkok, where we had a true 5-star experience, from the grand pool to the large lounging spaces and the unbeatable location right along the Chao Phraya River. So who is this hotel actually for? I would say it caters more to travelers who specifically want to stay near the Chao Phraya River and plan to do activities in that immediate area. But for most tourists, I would recommend staying closer to the Asok area near the BTS station. It's more convenient, better connected, and gives you easier access to different parts of the city. Just like my previous hotel video, this is how I would rate this hotel based on the following categories. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Cheers.